I hope you're doing well. I want to thank you so very much for joining me today. Been on a trip down in San Antonio, Texas. It was a wonderful trip, and as much as I hated to leave, it is very, very good to be back with you today. I want to take a moment and say thank you so much to the brothers and sisters down at Fort Sam and the surrounding areas, to the youth that came out to the Youth Day. I want to say thank you so much for choosing to be there. But really just thank you all for everything, for your hospitality, for your prayers, for everything. I really do appreciate it. In Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1, we read, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith is the substance of things hoped for. If you're hoping for something, it's not there. You cannot touch it, but the Bible says that faith is the substance. The faith is what you feel. The faith is what you know to be there. It says the evidence of things not seen. Even though you cannot see it, you know that it is there. You know that you're waiting for it, if you will. Over in verse 6, we read, "But without faith, without this evidence, without this substance, it is impossible to please Him." It says, "For he who comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him." Without that substance, without that evidence, it is impossible to please God. That's Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. And in verse 7 we see an example of this. It says, "By faith Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen." He says, "I haven't seen these things, but God told me they're going to happen, so I know that they will." Compare that to verse 1, where it says the evidence of things not seen. It says that Noah being warned, or divinely warned of things not yet seen. It says, moved with godly fear. He had faith, and he had fear of God. It says godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world. It says, and became heir, of righteousness, which is according to faith. So Noah, being divinely warned, through his faith, believed what God had said, something that had not yet been seen. And he was moved with godly fear to create this ark, to save 8 souls. 8 souls. And by doing this, yes, he condemned the world that wouldn't get in that ark. But it also says, and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith. The way to righteousness is faith. So the question I would like to ask you today, dear friend, is, are you moving? Are you moving as Noah did with godly fear? Are you living with faith? Thank you so very much for watching, and I certainly hope to see you tomorrow.